It's absolutely great to see Vince back winning, because you want to see a guy who's a double champion in the Super League Series come back with his best game, having had a tough year. And I think having won, it's going to give him huge confidence to know that he is back in the shape he was when he previously won the Super League Series.
It's almost time. Here we go again. Week 3 brings the Enduro. I love this one. It is savage. Swim, bike, run 3 times, no breaks. A pure test of grit, stamina and heart. Who will make it to the first buoy first and take that first short shoot? Taylor Reid just about took it away from Vincent Luis, the first short shoot back in Munich. If he can do that again, let's see if the rest of his teammates can give him some clear water. Let's go. We are back into the water in Jersey, and it's always a beautiful sight here in Elizabeth Marina. You can see Vincent Luis probably moving himself into second position there. Yeah, very good question is, will Matt Hauser give up the short shoot to Vincent Luis if indeed they're going to cross close to each other? And no one is anywhere near Vincent Luis when it comes to speed in the second half of a swim. Matty Hauser was so quick in the first half. No problems with Luis out of the swim. No problems with Hauser either. Van Riel is in third position. Transition, we head in. Hauser, Van Riel, Kenji Nina, Seth Ryder are your top 5. Johnny Brownlee as well. But Hauser, is he going to slow down? He is. He is going to slow down for Vincent Luis. So there you go, the Scorpions.
I talk a bit with Matt and making sure like at least one of us get the short shoot and making sure if we have the choice, I take it because I can play it at the end. And Matt's really cool, really plays the game and making sure like I have it.
Through transition, they come to the first bike and Van Riel moves to the front. Confirmation that Vincent Luis, thanks to Matt Hauser slowing down, is your short shoot winner.
They've hit these corners so many times, some of these guys as well, especially Hayden Wild as well. And he's extremely good, technically through these corners. He's coming through here. He really wants the short shoot. He wants to give it to Vince. And yeah, I think they're coming through. It looks like Seth Ryder busy giving, Hayden a bit of a shot. And they're coming down.
Now goes Seth Ryder. Hayden Wild manages to avoid that. But his bike's in the wrong hand. He manages to put the back in too. That's going to save him time later on. But those two came rocketing into transition.
I felt the first swim was hard already, but I felt it wasn't as easy as the previous years when I was racing Super League or the IT races or stuff like this. But straight on the bike, I could see that I wasn't like on my A game, so I had to like really make sure I don't do mistake and make sure I'm well like positioning and everything. And on the first run, I was okay, but I could feel like the others weren't really like trying, or they were all okay. And when I had to dive again, I really can't push too hard. I had to like take that swim as more recovery. I was like, okay, just lead the swim, make sure you're first out of the water, but I couldn't like really go. I was like just like swimming, and I knew everyone would be with me at the end of the swim, but I was just more like, okay, just put your head down, do what you do, and you'll see. But I knew already, like seeing how I swam, that was gonna be a hard race.
Of traffic as Luis again comes out of the water first. He's got a short shoot in the back pocket. Out comes Johnny Brownlee, and the pace at the front is hot. On goes the Phoenix helmet of Vincent Luis, and out comes Brownlee and Luis. And Brownlee takes his turn at the front. Wild tucks in behind as they head out on a 4K bike. As Kenji Nina hops out of the shoes and they come rocketing into transition again. That's what happens when you don't have a front brake. And it's Vincent Luis is at the back this time.
It looks like Vince has got some work to do here, actually. I mean, this is not his usual position. Annie, what do you think about that?
Oh, it's strange.
At this point in the course, Hayden Wild and Johnny Brownlee get a look at where Vincent Luis is. this is the point where you find out exactly how far back he is, and there he is there, and they go, okay, we've got to go. We've got to go. If we're going to put points back into the championship leader, we're going to go now.
I wasn't good and I let people pass me, and then in second transition I had a terrible transition. I lost the contact and that was pretty much my race down. And there is no short shoot that can help you anywhere when you're like 20 seconds on the front.
Master and Ryder, there is your championship leader, seeing his chances slip away. He's having trouble with the shoe as well. He hasn't had a race he would like. Vincent Luis, the short shoot's not going to help him from back there. He's all by himself.
When you like expect to win, or when you like used to win and then you don't succeed, it's more like a shock.
Johnny Bradley and Alex G, the two Brits. Who's going to do it? It's going to be Alex G. Wow! What racing! Alex G takes it from Johnny Bradley. Bradley, though, will take the championship standings lead. Wild picks up the rest of the podium. I nearly had a heart attack. I love Super League, and that is what it can deliver.
I had a period like 1-2 minutes when I think about nothing. I'm just looking somewhere and I'm just like thinking about like nothing, because you don't want to think about what just happened. And I think the worst is to like overthink the things, like trying to say, oh yeah, I should retire, or I should change my coach, or I should have not done that, or I should like, because now it's too fresh, like you can't do that. It's not productive, it's useless. You want to be on the podium, even more when you did already, when Super League was just like, you snap your finger, you win the race, you don't even like breathe at the end. And but for that, I know I can win again. If I'm on my A game, if I'm fit, if I'm like race weight and everything, I can show up, I can win, I'm not scared. This is not like, my time's not gone, I'm not done with that, but it's just, I did not work enough. I did not have like, I couldn't work enough leading to these races. So I knew it was gonna be hard. I mean, in endurance sports, whatever they are, there is no magic. There is a surprise, there is luck, a bit of luck, but there is no magic. I memean, I'm used to say like, tomorrow the sun will shine, with or without Vincent Luis, he doesn't care, so you better be ready and alert when the sun shines. I think there is two options. Either you complain and you think you should change things or stuff like this, or either you just want to win again.
So here we are, a day after the race, and my body's obviously a little bit sore, but I'm really pleased. I was actually really nervous for this one, probably the most nervous I have been in a while, obviously apart from Tokyo, and that was mainly because I had such an awful race here last time in Jersey, and I really wanted to make amends for that, get over it, and show that again I can be a good athlete, because in Jersey that really hurt me last time and I felt, you know, I let a lot of people down, so I was nervous to race well. But the race itself was brilliant. The enduro format was one that I thought suited me most out of probably all the formats, because you're racing hard and fast when you're really, really tired, and that's what I'm good at. And the first couple of rounds about getting through safely, and yeah, I did that, and then an absolutely brilliant battle at the end. I've rewatched that finish a lot of times, and I felt I did everything I possibly can to win that tactically, but I was just beaten by a faster and a younger guy.
It's good now that going to the US, huh? It's gonna be a nice period there. Well, I hope we'll have a better race than
This one.
than this one, though.
I think with all the travel and the obligations we've had to do, it took a toll on us.
Yeah. I
You're a bit sick, so hopefully you'll feel better in a few days.
Yeah. Well, I'm a bit disappointed by the race because I like racing here in Jersey and enduro and everything. Would have been a good race, but yeah, well, whatever. We'll see. But that would be good to win again, huh?
This is the first long-haul flight of the series, and coming off 3 races back-to-back, flying into LA, you know, coming into here, and it's so much hotter in LA than it is at the moment in Europe.
Malibu, wow, what a place to have a race. It has a history here that is really deep in sport and triathlon. So to bring Super League Triathlon, the final event here, is going to be absolutely brilliant to see.
How are you feeling?
A bit better. No, today is better. But yeah, yesterday was a struggle, huh? Between the travel and a bit of sickness. Wasn't easy. But yeah, I had a good night's sleep, and I'm feeling better, recovering. Had a good training day.
I mean, it's been pretty consistent the last few days. It's pretty choppy. The entry's going to be fun. I think it's going to be much like this. So yeah, that first entry into the water, you see these breakers here? Yeah, it might put a few people back a bit. Maybe someone like Taylor, who's been here, lifeguarded here before, she has maybe that little advantage. So knows exactly how to tackle these and get her leg over the top of the wave, get out there quickly. But yeah, I mean, the last few days it's been much like this. Don't expect any change.
Yeah, he seems really scared to catch the wave.
How should I do tomorrow? Should I like under the wave?
Yes.
Okay. And on the way back, I go on top, kick, and body surf.
Yeah, but when you body surf, you need to do the woman surf.
Ah, yeah.
And just hold your breath for as long as possible.
I did not swim much, but I had fun in the waves.
Normally he hates open water,
Yeah.
so I think He came into this, I think, with low expectations, and he came away very happy, so that was good.
I'm Christian Blumfeldt, the Olympic champion and world champion. Of course I would like to win because it's a real statement. Like if I'm able to go from like the longer stuff and then still back to like the shortest of the shortest and the most technical and speedy format of triathlon, then it really shows that I would be a really kind of complete athlete. Vincent Luis is maybe the best Super League athlete there is. Like, he is really able to take advantage of his swim, bike and run strength. He doesn't really have any weaknesses over this format. He's technical good, he's fast on the swim, he normally leads out every swim now and kind of attacking it from the front. So yeah, he is the best Super League athlete there is.
He is or he was?
I think he is still.
Yeah, so now we're 3 races in. I think what I said before has partly come through. What is catching up with Vince is, I think, the fact that he hasn't really had good training for a couple of months now, right? And now, okay, with 3 weeks back-to-back racing, it's obviously very tiring, right? He's not as fit as he would like to be, right? Okay, he can bank on his experience, he can bank on his savviness of racing, his killer instinct, but is not as fit as he would like to be.
I think there's a lot of poker faces going on with some of the athletes when they go to breakfast and they just act like, hey, you doing? Yeah, I'm fine, everything's good, you know? And I love seeing things like that. And, you know, athletes are really hurting. Some people probably have like injuries that are just hanging around and stuff, and everyone's just keeping quiet about things. But I think people just want to survive until the last race in Malibu.
Good morning.
Huh?
You've been in the US for like a month?
I've been in the US for 4 weeks. Yeah, a month. It wasn't bagels for breakfast. Because normally for breakfast in the US, I either had frozen waffles, bagels, or donuts. It's like the American dream.
I heard there's going to be even bigger waves today than there were yesterday. So the swim is going to be a very tricky swimming. Like when it's so many waves, you often see maybe new guys up front in the swim, like the Australians, just because they have the skills of really catching the wave on the way back home.
The unique thing about a grand final is it's got to be bigger. There are more points on offer. You know, it's normally 15 for the win, now it's 20.
I hadn't done the math, but people like already like done that for me. And as I always say, the only thing I have on my hands is myself and what I can do. So my goal, of course, to win the race, and then whatever happens, happens.
So now for Vince to win, oh man, he's got to beat. I think he's just got to beat Alex, but he's got to beat Hayden and Johnny by 2. So winning's not good enough. You can have the best day ever, you can get the short shoot, you can win gloriously, but man, if Johnny has his aim game, man, there's nothing you can do because it's the consistency of those athletes. All I know is whoever wins the SLT 2021 is going to be a worthy winner.
course, though, the athletes will be dealing with a beach start. Now, that's something that a lot of the athletes will not have done before. It's very unpredictable. It's going to be big waves, and I think some athletes are going to come out really well, and some athletes not so well.
Malibu's the eliminator format, and this is, as you can think, like eliminator. People get eliminated in the race. So after each leg, the people get removed from the race, and they'll be removing 2 athletes each time. So it's swim, bike, and run 3 times with a gap between each one, and the final round then is literally the cream of the crop. Who's left, who's surviving. It's like Hunger Games of triathlon a little bit.
Time to get underway in the men's, the last race of the championship season.
In a race like this, with 3 weekends back-to-back racing, everyone is tired. It's all about who has the biggest desires of winning. I got nothing to lose. I'm just gonna go all in and give everything I got.
They are off, and Vincent Luis slightly missed the start. Matt Hauser straight into the water. Here comes the wave. This time it hits those that are on the right-hand side, but we've seen that the right is better for the buoy placement. It's a real balancing act here between how hard do you go early on.
The athletes have been absolutely thrown onto the shore, but it's only 3 or 4 of them.
So, unsurprisingly, it's 2 Aussies and a Kiwi at the front with Taylor Reid in 3rd position. And it's Hauser who could well pick up the $20,000. He just needs to finish ahead of Vincent Luis, and Luis is nowhere. It doesn't matter. He takes the full points. He picks up the 20 grand. He's happy about it too. He takes the short shoot from Aaron Royal.
So yeah, on the first race, like I missed the wave and got past just at the end, but it's okay. I mean, I could have got the short shoot, but Matt got it. So at the end, it was good too. And on the bike, I felt good. I mean, the first race, you want to keep it under control. You don't want to do anything stupid. People are getting eliminated at the back, and it almost doesn't concern you.
Well, you can see they're slowing down now, but who's that coming up the outside? Christian Blumenfeld. He doesn't care about this. He's off. He's off. He hasn't even read the rules. He's like, I was going to win this by 100 miles for no reason at all. Well, I love this guy so much. He's an absolute warrior. These are all his best mates behind him. He's like, I don't care. I'm off.
So basically, race 1 was all about saving energy. I was actually already starting to think about what to do in transition, how to like put back my stuff together and everything. So you finish the race, you just rack your back again, put your goggles on your head, and you jog to the platform. You have to forget about what you just did, about the race that just happened. It's a new race, it's a new chance, and you just have to go for it.
Into the water they go again.
It looked like the waves here, they were getting absolutely pounded.
It could be Brownlee at the front, hard to see. Taylor Reid, Johnny Brownlee is up there this time as well. Then there's a bit of a big gap back.
Vincent Luis had a great transition here. Wow, that was really fast watching him come through. Johnny Brownlee in 2nd, I think Taylor Reid, and then it was Aaron Royal coming. But also Blumenfeld really high up. He's moved up from the first round, so that's going to put him in a good place on the bike.
And then same as race 1, I mean, it comes together. You just have to, don't be the last guy to cross the line, and that was it.
There was a few more than that. A couple of people have gotten left behind in transition, but all of those men are going to be safe. Already the short shoots have been decided, Hauser and Van Riel. So in that front group, Van Riel is the man. Who will win this? All 4 championship protagonists are there. Johnny Brownlee leading by a point coming into this. Vincent Luis, he's 4 points back. Hayden Wild only a point back. And Alex Shee is 2 points back. One more time into the water here on the Malibu Pacific Coast. Into the water for the final time in Super League in 2021.
And on stage 3, I think the swim I really wanted to push it, so I took the lead pretty early, and then I couldn't catch the last wave. So I was already almost out of the water, and the guys behind me caught the wave. I got sucked back by the water, so it is what it is. Open water and still water, ocean, you never know. It's you and your luck a bit. It doesn't matter if you're born in New Zealand or Australia or whatever, it's you and your luck sometimes.
And at the front is Reed, Van Riel and Lewis. Bit of a gap back to Brownlee, Ryder, and then Velas is there. And down in 10th and 11th, 10 seconds off the pace, is Yee and Wild. So Johnny Brownlee is in the box seat at the moment. If he beats both Wild and Yee, don't forget that Van Riel and Hauser are the two men with a short shoot. They're going to be picked up in the run. Hauser probably not going to figure in the overall. Van Riel very much could. But Brownlee had a pretty good swim. And I don't know where he is on the timesheets, but he's fallen down a little bit. There he is. He's in the pack.
Yeah. We've all come together here pretty much, the whole field.
Velasa onto the black carpet for the last time first. Blumenfeld and Reed as well. Racking the bike at the back of screen is Vincent Luis. If you can have the... could push his way up the championship standings if he wins this one. He knows that. Blumenfeld doesn't figure. Reed doesn't figure. Lewis is there. Van Riel doesn't figure. Neither does Ryder. And then it's Wild, Yee and Brownlee all together, separated by 3 points as Hayden Wild moves his way up to 3rd position ahead of Van Riel. There's the short shoot in the background. Next time around, Van Riel's going to take that one. There you can see Brownlee, Lewis and Yee in the back of this group. They are the men chasing Hayden Wild. There's a little gap there, maybe a second, to this group of the 3 championship contenders.
I felt I was going a bit too much in the red zone on the bike, but I knew I was only 1.6k away from the glory, so I just had to give it all.
Interestingly, Vincent Luis is slightly dropping off that pace. Have these 4 gone on a little bit too early? Blumenfeld definitely not. He has all the experience that you'd expect for an Olympic champion to have, but it's Wild who's pushing it on now.
Yee, the fastest runner in triathlon. Can he run his way back up to this pack? At the moment, he sits 1 point behind Hayden Wild. He needs to beat him. He's in 5th right now, and he's doing his best to run onto the back of Velasa. I think he's done it. Van Riel takes the short shoot, and he's now the leader. Yee is there. It's going to be a foot race between Alex Yee and Hayden Wild. They're now 200 metres from the finish. Brownlee's dropped off the back. Yee is there in the white. There is Hayden Wild in the purple of the Sharks, and now Yee's right behind him. But it's Yee and Wild.
Alex Yee going around the outside as well, just up onto the hip here of Martin Van Riel. It's going to come down to a sprint finish.
I think Wild's going to get dropped. I think Yee's going to be the one that does it. Has Hayden Wild got another gear? I don't think he does.
For 12:01, final interview, Vincent Luis.
The first thing is I kind of wanted to know who won, because I saw it was tied between Martin and Alex. I mean, I love both guys, so I would have been happy, but I think Martin is a good guy. He's always finishing 4th at the Olympics, and so I really wanted him to have a good win, because he's always a good rank, but he rarely wins, and that's what makes you. It's wins. It's all about the wins. So I congratulate him, and then I went at the back because I just had to sit for a little. I was really tired, and I was hot. It was kind of hot too, so I just wanted to sit a little.
What a month, what a finish. Alex Yee, 2 Olympic medals, and now the new king of Super League. Hayden Wild second after a great 4 weeks racing ahead of Johnny Brownlee. who'll be disappointed in missing his best chance at taking over all honours. Vasco Velasquez's kick at the end lands him 4th ahead of Vincent Luis, capping off a tough year for the two-time world champion. But if we know Vince, the fire will be burning even brighter in 2022.
Yeah, so of course you're disappointed when you cross the line, you're not winning, but it's just like, you know, people around you, they're all happy. They're all celebrating or they're just happy for the people. And actually, as I said, I was happy for Alex, for Martin, Hayden. Vasco is like chasing the podium for a long time. So I think Super League is just now kind of I could say a family, but I would more say like a brotherhood. Like we all together, traveling together, taking the same planes, we're staying in the same hotel rooms. We're eating together, like we're basically doing like everything together for 4 weeks. So it's like really, I don't know, it puts everyone together. It's you're gonna race the guys like weekend in, weekend out. Yeah, I'm just happy for them. They all deserve to have a good race. So I can't hide myself behind excuse or whatever. It's just you with the guys, they're happy, and you know, I think happiness is just contagious. So it's good that it's spread on all of us.
So, Invincible Season 2.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great, we'll see. I hope we don't have to change the title in the middle of the season, but Invincible-ish or something, or discounted or whatever. No, that's great. I mean, I had a lot of feedback from people. I think they like it, the behind the scenes and everything, behind the scenes and everything. But yeah, anyway, I'll do my best to put some more wins in the Invincible Season 2.
Being in a Super League race is like being in a fight with a bear. It rips you apart, it burns your lungs, it's all out racing from the gun.
All I really want to be is to be at the top end of racing, being competitive, and that's what I can do.
Super League Triathlon is exciting. If you watch Super League, you know that you're watching the best.
We always put everything on the line, we give everything we got.
Everything went wrong. Felt like the world was against me.
Winning is addictive. There is no better feeling.
This is the future of professional triathlon. If you don't see that, then you're not paying attention.
Pulse end. Every second counts.